weeks I was getting back again with another video. This video, I'll be reacting to a true Tinder date horror story. And it's animated as well. So let's get into this video, WSG gang. Hope you guys enjoy.
Thanks to Shudder for sponsoring this video. Get a free 30-day trial at the end up about voice about it on the inside. I've called her several times, but it always went to voicemail. I've tried texting her on messengers.
So I think it said he and her ex broke up. And he tried calling her. Like, bro, it's your ex. She wouldn't answer you. She's already over that. She dumped you 2 years ago. Bro,
Since
move on.
ironically, we were friends on Facebook, but still, not a single response.
She wouldn't answer either on Facebook, you know.
As the weeks went by, I became very devastated and was worried that I'd never find love again. My brother told me to just forget about my ex-girlfriend and that it was
Exactly, bro. Like, move on. Get good in life. Have a career. Have a job.
time for me to move on. He introduced me to this app called Tinder, which he said was great for online dating. I was very familiar with online dating, but never actually done any of it, because there was no way that I even felt like hooking.
Bro, there's a lot of creeps on Tinder. I never used Tinder. I'm not even 18 plus, but I genuinely know that there is a lot of creeps on Tinder.
Up with some random person I met online, but I figured it couldn't hurt to try it out, so I decided to give it a shot. After I finished setting up my account and was done creating my profile, I just started randomly liking a few of the girls that I thought were pretty. I'm not picky, I just wanted to make sure that I found the right girl for me.
Bro, they might be pretty on the outside, but you don't know what's going on in the inside. You know what I mean? You do not know what is going on in the inside, homie.
A few weeks later, I've had already received my first match on Tinder. Her name was Robin. She
Nah. She's an emo. She's an emo. She's an emo.
had blue hair,
I wouldn't accept that match. She's genuinely an emo. Nah.
freckles, and beautiful amethyst purple lips. According to
Like,
her
what kind of chain is this? Nah. I genuinely nah.
profile, she had the same
I wouldn't accept that match. Genuinely. I wouldn't.
interest to the stuff I was into, and was even around the same age as me.
Hey, Robin, this is such a creepy name. Like, even Robin in the Teen Titans go scare me. Not gonna lie.
Even better, she lived in the same town as me. By the way, I live in Memphis, Tennessee. We started having a friendly group chat on Tinder, which was going well. Her message said, "You may not know me, but we went to the same high school." I replied, "Are you sure?" She said,
She'd be in the back of the class listening to her emo music. Bro, and you also believe that? Just think back in the days of high school and try your best to remember if someone in your class named Robin, like, bro. Just think back.
"Yeah, I was always the quiet one at the back of class. Anyways, I think you're really cute. We should quiet one at the back."
I feel like someone who is lying to you would always say something like this. Someone who's lying to you would always say something like that. Especially on like dating websites and stuff, they would say something like, "You may not know me, but we used to live in the same neighborhood, or something like that."
Back of class. "Anyways, I think you're really cute. We should hang out sometime." I agreed and asked her to where she wanted to hang out, where to meet her, and what time I should be there. She said we'd hang out at her place and meet her at the park tomorrow night at around 9 p.m.
Tomorrow night. No one be at parks at night. That is even creepier, dog.
I accepted. I got to the park that night at around 9 p.m. sharp. I didn't call her because I didn't want to sound too desperate. Some time passed and I finally decided,
Bro, what if some dude just whacked you in the head with a baseball bat? Bro, you gotta think, dog.
To call her to no response. I also tried texting her.
And also, why would he come alone? Guys, comment down below if this were you, if he was him, if you guys would come alone. I genuinely wouldn't come alone. I would like call two of my dudes and tell them, yo bro, there's this sketchy girl on Tinder that wants to meet at the park. Can you come with me? Bro, I wouldn't go alone.
To no avail as well. It was around 9:30 p.m. There was still no sign of her, and I was beginning to grow impatient. I was starting to think that maybe she wasn't going to show up at all. I sighed and said, I knew this was too good to be true. She's not even here yet. Screw it. I'm going home. I can't believe I came out here this late for nothing.
Yeah, you are your fault, Dimply.
Oh well, so much for online dating. I was about to start my walk home when suddenly I saw a black convertible pull up to my location. The car
Bro, this dude looks so sketchy. He looks so sketchy, like genuinely.
stopped right in front of
I wouldn't even talk to that dude.
me, and the window rolled down, revealing a creepy-looking old man who was probably in his mid-30s. He gazed at me with a weird smile and asked, "You going somewhere, kid?" I responded, "Yeah, I'm just headed home." He asked me why I was out there this late.
Oh bro, even if you go alone, right? Even if you go alone, why didn't you walk with like a pocket knife or like a baseball bat?
And told him that I was supposed to meet someone, but it seemed like she wasn't going to show up. He said, "Oh, you must be waiting for my daughter."
Straight up, red flag, red flag, red flag. How does he know that he's waiting for a female? Straight up red flag. Bro, call the cops.
The man, by the name of Jeff, introduced himself to me as Robin's father, and said that Robin has told him a lot about me. He told me that Robin couldn't meet me at the park because she remembered that was the night she had to go to a slumber party with her friends, and she forgot to cancel. He told me she wouldn't be home
Bro, she would have texted you and told you.
till 11 o'clock, and that's when I knew my night was a bust. He apologized and offered to give me a ride home.
Do not hop in that car. Do not hop in that car.
I knew it was going to take too long for me to walk, so I accepted. It was going to be a long drive, but luckily I knew all the shortcuts to my house. I told him where I lived and how to get there as I got into the car. After a few minutes, I was feeling tired from being out so late, so I closed my eyes for just a few short seconds and dozed off. Not long afterward, I awoke. Feeling a little drowsy, I rubbed my eyes and realized that I was still in the
Bro, he's not even driving in the road. Like, he's driving on the grass. Dog. What?
car. I asked the man where we were, as this wasn't the usual route to my house. He said, "Relax, kid, this is a shortcut."
Bro, what is on his face? What are these? Bro, he looks so sketchy. I wouldn't even talk to that.
We're almost there.
Pretty good thing. The country that I live in is crime-free.
I asked where we were going, and then he looked at me with some sinister grin on his face and just chuckled. I felt my heart almost explode out of my chest as he did that. I looked down and saw a handgun sticking out of his jacket pocket. I put two and two together and realized what was happening. I told
If that was me, and I saw the handgun in his pocket, I would have started thinking so fast, right? At that time on, I would have been smarter than Albert Einstein. I would have started thinking so big brain, right? It's not even a joke.
him, "Let me out now!" He responded.
And why would he say let you out? Think about an exit, because even if you ask him, he wouldn't say yes.
No. Then
I told you guys.
he put his foot on the accelerator, speeding up the car. I tried to get out, but he had already put the child lock on. It seemed hopeless. I was trapped. There was no way out. To make matters worse, we were driving through a forest area with no cell service. I couldn't even call for help. But I just had to get out. As soon as the car started to slow down, I stabbed him in his shoulder with a pocket knife.
Bro, stab him in his chest or in the eye. You're such a tiny brain.
That I found on the floor. He screamed in pain as I was able to turn off the child lock, unlock the door, and run as fast as I could into the woods. While I was running, I could hear multiple gunshots being fired at me, but luckily not a single one hit me. I never looked back because I had the fear of the man chasing me at the back of my mind. I dove behind a tree and hid under a bush. I heard the man yelling,
"You can't hide from me! I will find you!"
I covered
Bro, wow.
my mouth with my hands and held my breath, trying not to make a sound. Everything was silent for a while, until I saw the man was looking for me with a flashlight. He flashed it past me multiple times when I heard his footsteps going
Bro, lay flat on the ground. That way it'll be more harder for him to see you.
deeper into the woods. That's when I knew the coast was clear.
Why are you running deeper into the woods with him? Bro, if you really check this, he started running deeper in the woods. Start going back to the car so you can take the car and go to the police station.
I ran, using the flashlight on my phone to help navigate me through the dark and scary woods. In hindsight,
Why would you turn on your freaking flashlight? Why? Why? That is such a bad idea.
I knew that was a stupid move considering the situation. I could hear the leaves crunching and the twigs snapping as I ran, which would also easily give away my position. When the crunching and snapping got louder, I looked behind me and my heart dropped when I saw that the man was chasing me.
Bro, he's like 10 years older than you. He's not that athletic. So you're telling me you're not athletic either?
I ran as fast as I could.
Bro, you are in a deadly situation. Every time I'm in a deadly situation, I always get a little stronger, or I always get a little strength.
With the man hot on my tail, firing every single last live round he had in his gun.
Bro, you are in a deadly situation. Run for your life.
But thankfully the shots missed again,
"There's nowhere for you to hide!"
he said. I thought I was going to die, until I heard the man trip over something, and I was able to get away unharmed. I kept running until
Bro, the city doesn't look that far, you know? It doesn't look that far.
I was out of the woods and back onto the road. Looking behind me then, he was nowhere to be seen, which means I lost him. I sighed in relief, and then I saw a red car driving down the road. I was able to wave it down and told the driver that I was kidnapped and almost killed by some crazy man in the woods.
Bro, what if this really robbing? What if this is the girl from Tinder?
It took a lot of begging, but the driver finally gave me a ride to the police station, and I told the cops everything. Unfortunately, I didn't get the man's tag number, but I gave the police a clear description. After the police had run a search, they told me that he didn't even have a daughter, and that they've been trying to catch this guy for months. As it turns out, he's wanted in several countries for the kidnappings of multiple teenagers and young men.
So how did he come to that country then? Didn't they check his, like, passport, ID, his visa, his green card and stuff like that?
How I managed to escape him is a miracle. The officers kindly gave me a ride home, and I didn't tell anyone what happened except my brother. The man was never found, nor was he ever caught, and they say he's still out there, even to this day, which scares me the most. What's even worse is that I stupidly gave him my address, so who knows if he might try to
Immediately switch houses, or go live by your grandma or something. Switch houses.
kidnap me
Red flag, switch houses.
again. Needless to say, my days of using Tinder weren't over after that. The whole incident
Weren't over? Didn't you learn a lesson from that?
just made me a lot more cautious from there on out.
Well, this is the end of my reacting video, guys. I'll do more reacting videos, just keep an eye out. Peace out, WSG fam.